Hi everybody, it's Penny here from Rejuvenate. Hope you're having a good week so far. So tonight we're going to go through the basics of using essential oils. So all of you will have got your oils now and you're wondering, what do I do now? I'm going to give you some basics on how to use your oils and how to get the most out of them. Things like where to get rollers and how to fill a roller ball and all those things like that. Feel free to put questions in the chat as we go, and there will be a time for questions at the end. I've only got 40 minutes because Zoom kind of cuts you off after 40 minutes, so I'm going to move quite quickly through everything. But I'm hoping to leave at least 5 minutes at the end for any questions that you have. Okay, cool. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is rollers. So this is a roller. This is a 5mm roller and this is a 10mm roller. So I assume that the person who you enrolled with will have given you a couple of rollers to start with. So these are 10mm rollers and you can get them from Arthur Holmes. And Homes like HOLMES.co.nz. They're about 70 cents and you can get like different colored lids and different colored glass, and they're actually quite nice. You can make them for Christmas presents with gold lids if you like and frosted glass, so they can look quite nice. And then these 5mm rollers I have got from Cherish Oils. I think the website is Natural Essential Oils or natural oils, but if you search for Cherish or otherwise, just ask me what the exact website is. I know she calls herself Cherish, but the website is called something different. You can get 5mm rollers. So what you do with rollers to fill a roller, so you're going to pop the top off. Okay. There you go. So you pop the top off. And this is a 5mm roller, so for an adult I would only use 10 drops. So then you're going to get your essential oil. So this is, I'm not going to actually do it, but this is what you would do. You would put 10 drops of lemon essential oil in first. For example, if you were making a lemon roller, or 5 lemon and 5 peppermint in there. And then you're going to get your carrier oil or your fractionated coconut oil, and you're simply going to fill the rest up, probably just to that line there, and then you're going to be able to pop the top back in and put the lid on. And I like to label them. As you can see, this is an On Guard roller and I've just put a little On Guard sticker on the top. If you've got more than one oil in them, you can pop 2 labels on the side, and I just put a little bit of sellotape over them, so that otherwise they tend to come off because you tend to get a little bit of oil on the outside of the rollers. You can also get rollers from AliExpress, but I just tend to use either Arthur Holmes or Cherish Oils to get rollers. Cool. So dilution ratios. So that's also really important when you're making your rollers. You need to know how much oil to put in there. So if you're going under 12 weeks, I don't know if there's anybody in here who has a kind of an infant or a newborn, but that would be 1 drop in a 10mm roller. So you're just talking like 1 drop of essential oil, lavender or frankincense, and the rest is carrier oil. Under 12 months, so under a year, it's 5 drops. And this is in a 10mm roller. So if you're going with the 5mm, that's going to be half of what I'm saying. Under 12 years is 10 drops in a 10mm roller, and then an adult is 20 drops. Start slow. So if you have not used essential oils before, I would kind of start between 10 and 20 drops in there and just patch test. So you could patch test on an area of your skin that, you know, that your clothing covers, just to make sure that you've got the dilution ratio correct for your skin. My skin is super sensitive and I have to heavily dilute essential oils, whereas other people can put essential oils straight on their skin without diluting. I don't recommend that if you're starting out, but you just got to know what your skin is like. If you want those dilution ratios, there is under the file tabs in the VIP group, there is a little graphic which shows you the dilution ratios, so you don't need to remember everything. Carrier oil type, so when I'm talking, you know, essential oil in the bottom and then you fill it with a carrier oil. So what's a carrier oil? If you don't remember from the class, it dilutes the essential oil because essential oils are super strong. And so you don't dilute essential oils with water, you dilute it with a carrier oil. doTERRA does fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated means the fat's removed so that it stays runny, because obviously you don't want your rollers to go hard in the winter. You could use almond oil. There's actually quite a range coming out at like Countdowns and Pack and Save. So I've seen macadamia oil. You could use a light olive oil, although it might be quite gluggy. There's apricot oil. There's a whole lot of things available at Pack and Save. I mainly use fractionated coconut oil because it's really light on your skin and it merges really well with the essential oil, and you're not getting kind of any residue on your clothing or skin. A really good place to put essential oils is on the soles of your feet, especially if you're not sure how sensitive your skin is. Skin on the soles of your feet is really thick and you're not likely to get a sensitivity reaction there. You never ever put oils in two places, and that is in your eyes and in your ears. Yeah, those are just two places where essential oils do not go. All other places you can put essential oils, but yeah, not in your ears or eyes. If you do get an essential oil in your eye, don't use water, because water is actually going to push it more in, like it doesn't dilute the essential oil. So you're either going to get your carrier oil and put that in your eye, or you're going to get some dairy milk, which is going to wash that eye, flush that milk out. We also recommend no essential oils internally for children. So I'd say a child is under 12 years. That is up to you, but I know that I've given my kids kind of, the only essential oils I've given internally is like in bliss balls and things. So I'm okay with that because it's a couple of drops in a whole batch of bliss balls. But usually we're not giving essential oils internally for children. You're just going to be diffusing them and using them topically. Cool. Storage and transportation. So as you start getting your oils, you know, they obviously don't come in a nice storage box. They just kind of come in a box from doTERRA. So there's lots and lots of options for you. You can order a wooden box. I should have had it here to show you. Sorry, I don't. But you can order a wooden box from the US. Fortunately, the New Zealand warehouse doesn't stock them. Or you can look out for things like in the Christmas catalog last year was this little case, which is really good. And then also on the Oil Tribe trading post. So if you're not in the trading post group, it's separate from the VIP group. There's a trading post. There's something going on the moment, a thread going at the moment to order either a little wooden storage tray from Aroma Tools in Australia or this big carry case. So if you're getting a few more oils, this is a great way to transport your oils. So there is a thread in the Oil Tribe trading post to get on a bulk order for those, because they're coming from Australia and the shipping tends to cost a lot. So we tend to group together and get those. What you want to do with your essential oils is you don't want to have them next to your stove, for example. So you want to keep them away from heat and away from direct sunlight. They are in dark bottles, obviously, but you do still want to keep them away from the sun. So not storing them in places like your car or on a windowsill or next to your stove. Those are not good places to store your essential oils. Cool. So next we're going to be talking resources. So can be a little overwhelming in the beginning to know what to use when and how to use it. It will get easier, you will get better at it until it's kind of second nature, you know what you're doing. The other thing I wanted to say is kind of don't be afraid to try try it. Just try an essential oil. It's very difficult to go wrong with essential oils unless, you know, you are going to put them in your eye or your ear. But you can't really use a wrong essential oil either. So all essential oils are beneficial for our body. So it's just learning what the need is at the moment. Like if you're needing respiratory support, what oil is for that. But yeah, don't be afraid to just give things a go. There are resources though. This is called the Essential Life Book. And once again, there's a thread on the Oil Tribe Trading Post group for a bulk order of these. So if you're interested in one of these, hop into that group. If you're not yet in it, we can approve your request and get in line for one of these books. They're really, really good. They kind of becomes your essential oil Bible. You can get them in the A4 size and also the little A5 spiral bound size, which is quite handy as well. So that's a really good resource. You can also get a book called Emotions and Essential Oils if you're interested in that. That is available from the Cherish Oils website. It's about the emotional side of essential oils. Each oil has a physical aspect and an emotional aspect. So that's pretty interesting. There are also several websites that you can go to that are really good for resources. Aromatic Science is a great website if you're interested in kind of the science behind the oils and any studies that are being done. It's a third-party website, Aromatic Science. And so, yeah, it's just really good stuff on there. There's another website called sourcetoyou.com, and that is a great website to see how the oils are tested, how they're sourced, and also you can enter the batch number in of your oil. So this is a bottle of lavender and it's got a batch number on the bottom, and on the sourcetoyou.com website you can put in the batch number and bring up the test results of the oil. And that's pretty amazing to me because it makes me feel safe as well when I'm recommending these oils, because I can actually bring up the test results of the bottles. Some other people that are good to look at are Dr. X. He does a whole lot of stuff with essential oils, very interesting. And Dr. Z, I think, or Dr. Zelinsky. So it'll be Dr. Z and Dr. X. They've got whole realms of info on essential oils. So there's lots of stuff. I don't recommend that you just go Googling different things. Google can sometimes come up with some strange stuff. And stuff that we wouldn't necessarily recommend. So if you stick to either the doTERRA websites or the websites that I've just recommended, then you'll keep you safe, because anybody can put anything on the internet really. There are also some apps that you can get. There's a great app called Modern Essentials. It's $9.95 or on the Android. I don't know what it is on the iPhone, but I've got it on Android. It's for both, and it's called Modern Essentials. And basically you can just type in there like headache, and it'll bring up the oils and what to do. It's super handy. You don't have to have a book with you. You've just got the app on your phone. There's also a free app by doTERRA called Daily Drop. I actually haven't used that a whole lot, but it's got some info on there. Modern Essentials is the one I use most. Great. Any questions, just type them in the chat as we go. The next thing we're going to cover is kind of what do you do after you've got your kits. You might have bought a kit or you might have bought a few oils, but kind of if you've bought a kit, you've got the top 10 most common essential oils. If you didn't buy a kit, I would recommend getting those top 10 essential oils. But if you bought a kit, you kind of may be wondering, well, what next? And these are Sam's recommendations for the oils that come next. I have different opinions, but I'll read what she's put, and then I'll add my 2 cents as well. So, but I do agree with this first one, Wild Orange and Balance. So Wild Orange and Balance are fantastic for stress and anxiety. They're beautiful together, the smell. So you just carry a roller. If that's something that you struggle with, carry a roller of Wild Orange and Balance in your bag. Clove is another one Sam has mentioned, and that's great for teeth. It's an antioxidant and it's antibacterial. I noticed it's one of the ones recommended to use for cleaning as well as clove, because it's highly antibacterial. And yeah, it's just a great antioxidant for our body. Basil is one that Sam has mentioned, and that's great for fatigue. So if you get fatigued, or you know that your adrenals kind of struggle, basil's great. It's also great for ear discomfort. So if you know anybody that suffers with ear discomfort or ear infections, basil. Clary Calm. So that's one that I definitely agree with. Clary Calm is amazing. I think all women need some Clary Calm. And that is, Sam's written, it's for sanity. So, but it's for all things hormonal, no matter what life stage you're at. Clary Calm is incredible, can be used right from when you're young. So if you've got a daughter, it's great on her. And I use it, at the time of the month if it's painful. I use it for mood swings. It's just a lovely smell. Just be aware that it comes undiluted. So I tend to then dilute it into several other rollers. And then the last oil that Sam has recommended is vetiver, and that is great for sleep and for calming. I think lavender peace is incredible for sleep and calming, and that's one that I would add in there. Lavender peace is amazing, and it also blends well with balance. So I tend to diffuse a lot of lavender peace. During the day, I've got 3 young boys, and so that keeps me sane. Lavender peace. And another one I also love is elevation. So just that's a mood uplifter. Okay. Now we're going to move on to how to order. So all of you will have a login and a password so that you can log into your back office. I'm just going to check where that noise is coming from. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so all of you will be able to log into your back office with a password and an ID. If you don't know it, contact the person who enrolled you. And there are 2 ways to order. So you've got a standard order and a monthly order. So the standard order, you simply just type in the search field, lavender peace, and add to the cart, and that is a standard order. That is kind of like a one-time order. But a really amazing way to order is on the monthly ordering scheme. It's called loyalty rewards orders. It's kind of like flybys, but way better than flybys. And you set up a template. So if you are unsure how to do that, in the pinned post in the VIP page, there is a video that Sam has done showing you how to set up your loyalty rewards order. And you have that, it runs every month. So you order something every month, whether that be 1 thing or 10 things, doesn't matter. And it could even be as little as a toothpaste if you're just wanting it to tick over. doTERRA has lots of different things. If you think, I don't need an oil every month, they've got toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, hand soap, cleaner, concentrates, supplements, vitamins, probiotics. There's a whole kind of realm of stuff. And the good thing with the monthly orders is you get your shipping points back, and you earn points on every order. So in the first couple of months, you'll earn 10% back on every order, until after you've been ordering for a year, you earn 30% back, which is quite amazing. And you get that in points to spend on free product. So I really recommend that if essential oils are becoming a part of your daily life, you are going to be running out and needing to order. So I would recommend the monthly order. Cool. And just kind of the last point is sharing your oil. So you might find that, they're working so well for you. Let's say you struggle with headaches and peppermint is working so well for your headaches, and then you hear someone at work who has a headache, and you can't help but kind of give them your peppermint roller or a little bit of your peppermint essential oils. And so you may find yourself naturally sharing your essential oils. If you are, people are going to ask you, well, how do I get my own oils? And There are lots of options here. So either you can refer them on to the person who enrolled you. You can invite them along to a class that's already happening, or you can host your own class. We've got these really great events happening all the time, actually, but we've got something called Make and Takes, where you go along and you, let's say it's a theme on stress, and you can sit with your friends and you can make a few rollers, and it's a really lovely low pressure way to just share some essential oils. Yeah. So yeah, it's all optional, of course, sharing essential oils. It's not something you have to do. You may be happy just using essential oils. That's absolutely fine. But if you do find yourself sharing, then talk to the person who enrolled you, because doTERRA is also obviously a business opportunity, and you can actually get to a point where your monthly order is paid for, which is pretty cool. So you're basically getting free oils. It's well worth considering that. Okay, that is everything on here. So now it is question time. So you can either unmute yourself and ask a question. We're going really good for time. So, or you can type a question in the chat box. And go. Just give you guys another couple of minutes. Nobody wants to ask a question? Okay. Well, I hope that was all really helpful and really clear for you. What is in the lavender piece? That has got, let me grab it. Okay, and now I can't find it, but it has got lavender, obviously, and it's got ylang ylang, it's got Roman chamomile, cedarwood, vetiver. So it's a really restful blend. It's for either sleep support or stress or anxiety. People find it works really well for sleep. So it's got all calming essential oils. Smells like marshmallows. That's what one of my sons says. Okay, so that's the only question. Lovely to have you guys on here tonight. Wish you all the best with your oil journey, and I'll probably see you on the VIP page. All right, guys, have a great rest of the week, and I will catch you later.